Do you have one? The top 10 ultra super rare and most valuable state quarter dollars to look for your pocket change for more than millions of dollars hidden in your change jar. We'll uncover why this little coins is making headlines in the numismatic world, how to spot the incredibly rare varieties that turn pocket change into treasure, and most importantly, how you could be holding one worth a fortune. Some of these coins are hiding in plain sight, tucked away in old jars, loose change drawers, or forgotten piggy banks. But the truth is, if you know what to look for, you might just uncover one of the rarest error coins in US history. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, you'll learn the secrets behind the most expensive 1976 bicentennial quarters ever found. From double strikes to wrong planchets, and the nearly mythical silver-clad business strike that shocked the coin world, this video could literally change the way you look at your pocket change forever. America's bicentennial in 1976 marked 200 years of independence. To commemorate the occasion, the U.S. Mint launched special designs for the quarter, half dollar, and dollar coins. And for the quarter, they did something unprecedented. The rarest error varieties of the 1976 bicentennial quarter. Let's get into the heart of it. If you're a coin hunter or casual collector, these are the specific errors and varieties you need to watch out for. We're talking ultra-rare, jaw-dropping, life-changing finds. 1976 bicentennial quarter struck on a silver planchet. Value: one such coin sold for $19,200 in a heritage auction. Others, depending on grade and authentication, are rumored to have fetched over $100,000 in private sales. Double-struck bicentennial quarter. Value: depending on the severity and visibility of the double strike, values range from $2,000 to over $15,000. Off-center strike, 10% to 90%. A minor off-center strike, 5% or less, might be worth $100 to $300. Major off-center strikes, especially 40 to 90%, can command prices up to $6,000 plus, especially if the date and design are still partially visible. Fun fact: a 1976 quarter struck 75% off-center with clear visible date sold for $5,520. Clipped planchet errors. Value: clipped planchet 1976 quarters range from $150 to $800, but double clips and rare forms like incomplete punch errors can go for $1,000 to $2,500. Wrong planchet strikes. These are some of the most fascinating and bizarre errors ever recorded. Value: these errors are extremely rare, and depending on the metal and condition, they can range from $5,000 to over $30,000. Full strike with proof-like finish. Value: a 1976 D bicentennial quarter in MS68 condition sold for $6,463, while an S-Mint silver MS69 is worth $19,200 or more. But here's the kicker: a perfect MS70 could fetch over $75,000 to $125,000 due to extreme rarity. Double die obverse or reverse value. Depending on severity and clarity, DDO/DDR coins can range from $300 to $3,000 plus. Most valuable 1976 bicentennial quarters ever sold. Let's break down the top record-breaking sales. Coin description: grade sale price 1976, S silver MS69, proof strike, PCGS $19, 2001976, D double strike, off, center MS64 $14, 4001976, D MS68 clad MS68 $6, for 631,976 quarter on silver planchet MS66 $19, 200 off, metal strike, foreign planchet, Bayou $35,000 plus rumored private sale of wrong planchet silver business strike ungraded $150,000 plus spec. We're diving deep into one of the most mysterious and valuable modern coins in U.S. history, the 2004 D Wisconsin State Quarter, and more specifically, its error varieties that collectors are fighting tooth and nail to get their hands on. This isn't just any state quarter. This is a coin surrounded by controversy, rarity, and suspicion, a coin with two distinct errors that could turn a 25-cent piece into a life-changing payday. So don't blink, don't skip, because in this video, we'll uncover white heavy checkmark, how a tiny corn leaf sparked a nationwide frenzy. White heavy checkmark, what makes some 2004 D quarters worth just face value, and others worth over $10,000, $50,000, even potentially seven figures. White heavy checkmark, and the one visual clue you must know that can instantly skyrocket the value of your coin. Value and market frenzy. Let's talk about what everyone really wants to know. How much is this coin worth? The answer: it depends, but for some lucky collectors, it's worth a small fortune. Here's how values have broken down over the years. Fire 2004 D Wisconsin extra leaf low. In average circulated condition, $300 to $500. In uncirculated MS63 to MS65, $1,000 to $3,000. In high grades MS66 plus, $6,000 to $10,000 plus. Top auction price, $6,738 for an MS66, Heritage Auctions. Fire 2004, D. Wisconsin, extra leaf high. In circulated condition, $200 to $400. In MS63, MS65, $800 to $2,500. In MS66, MS67, $5,000 to $10,000 plus. Top auction price, $6,000 plus, various sources. But here's where it gets wild. Collectors have speculated that early discovery pieces, especially those in superb condition, MS68 and above, or with full strike, could one day fetch $50,000 to $100,000. And in the most extreme, and controversial, speculation. Some private sales have reportedly discussed values upwards of $250,000 to $500,000 for pristine, untouched, first die coins. Is there $1 million Wisconsin quarter? While none have officially sold for that, many experts believe that if one of the original tampered dies is traced, or if a unique early strike with proof-like finish appears, it could break the $1 million threshold at auction, just like other modern coin rarities have. Record-breaking sales. By early 2005, the Wisconsin error coins hit mainstream news. eBay was flooded with listings. Coin shops couldn't keep them in stock. Local news stations ran stories titled Quarter Mania and Is There Gold in Your Change? And the numbers were staggering. At one point, circulated error coins were selling for over $1,000 each on eBay. Major dealers began offering cash bounties for high-grade specimens. Some even offered up to $10,000 just for first strikes or coins in mint rolls. Even today, auctions frequently show certified examples fetching $5,000 plus, especially in MS66, MS67 condition. And here's the kicker. Backhand index pointing right, a few collectors have discovered entire mint rolls with multiple error coins inside, leading to private deals rumored to be in the six-figure range. The 2000 P Virginia State Quarter has become one of the most thrilling treasures in modern coin collecting. But here's the kicker, not just any Virginia quarter will make you rich. It's the rare error coins that turn ordinary metal into million-dollar miracles. So buckle up, because in this video, we're diving deep into the history, secrets, and ultra-rare errors of the 2000 P Virginia Quarter that could transform your spare change into a small fortune. We're talking double dies, off-center strikes, rare transitional planchets, and more, with real auction prices that'll blow your mind. In the year 2000, the U.S. Mint released one of the most iconic coins in the entire state quarters program, the Virginia State Quarter, part of the 50 State Quarters series that captivated collectors and everyday Americans alike from 1999 to 2008. What makes the 2000 P Virginia Quarter so valuable? The answer: errors. Rare errors. And not just any errors, but the kind that are dramatically visible and unbelievably rare. Here's what transforms this common 25-cent piece into a high-dollar jackpot. Transitional planchet errors. Top 7 most valuable 2000 P Virginia Quarter errors ever discovered. Let's count down the most jaw-dropping Virginia Quarter errors ever found. Real coins that sold for real money. 2000 P Virginia Quarter struck on a Sacagawea dollar planchet. Auction value, over $75,000. This coin slipped past mint inspection during the transition from Susan B. Anthony dollars to Sacagawea dollars. A true unicorn in the coin world. 2000 P Virginia Quarter double denomination error. Auction value, $48,300 plus. 2000 P off-center strike with full date, 70% off-center. Auction value, $10,000 plus. Collectors go crazy for high-grade off-center strikes that still show the full date. Major double die reverse, Jamestown, text and ships doubled. Auction value, $8,500 to $12,000. Even minor doubling fetches hundreds. Major doubling like this, easily 5 figures. Clipped planchet with visible mint mark and date. Auction value, $3,500 to $6,000. Broad strike with full rim, no reading. Auction value, $2,000 plus. Virginia Quarter on a foreign planchet, possibly 10-cent euro planchet. Auction value, $5,000 plus. Real auction results and marketplace trends. The rarest Virginia Quarters continue to gain value over time. Why? Fewer high-grade errors are being discovered. State quarter collecting surged during the 2020s. High-profile auction houses, like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers, regularly feature 2000 P errors. Recent 2024 sale. A broad-struck 2000 P Virginia quarter with slight doubling sold for $6,950 at a Stack's Bowers auction. Today, we're unraveling the thrilling story of this stunning coin, the one with the majestic charter oak, the final issue of 1999's State Quarter series. But we're not just talking about any Connecticut quarter, we're diving deep into the ultra-rare varieties, jaw-dropping mint errors, and secret features that can skyrocket a coin's value from 25 cents to life-changing money. So don't even think about clicking away, because somewhere out there, maybe even right now in your drawer, sits a quarter that could be worth a fortune. Let's explore the truth, the rarity, and the mystery behind the 1999 P Connecticut quarter dollar. To truly understand the importance of the 1999 P Connecticut quarter, we need to go back to the late 1990s, when the U.S. Mint launched one of the most ambitious and successful coin programs in American history, the 50 State Quarters program. The program kicked off in 1999, and it wasn't just about circulating change, it was about celebrating state heritage, engaging the public, and reigniting a passion for coin collecting. Each state would be honored with its own reverse design, released in the order they ratified the Constitution. Rare errors that make this quarter worth a fortune. Here's where things get very exciting. These are the known rare errors on 1999 P Connecticut quarters that have sold for thousands, and even more in some wild cases. Off-center strikes. 10% off-center strike might get a few hundred, but if the coin is 50 to 60% off-center and still shows a clear date and mint mark, that's a $2,000 plus coin. Double dies. Some unconfirmed reports suggest these have sold privately for $15,000 or more. Wrong planchet errors. One Connecticut quarter struck on a Sacagawea dollar planchet reportedly sold at auction for over $75,000. Missing clad layer, especially when paired with high grades. Prices for certified examples range from $2,500 to $15,000 plus. Broad strikes and die cap errors. These freak errors can fetch $5,000 to $20,000 or more depending on clarity and condition. MS67 to MS69 examples, worth $150 to $2,000. Most uncirculated Connecticut quarters fall around MS65, worth a few bucks. But MS68 and higher, these are very rare. Some PCGS MS69 examples have fetched $2,500 or more at auction. MS70, the $1 million myth. There are persistent rumors in the collector world that a few 1999 P Connecticut quarters may have been graded or could be MS70. But if one is found and certified, it could be the first known perfect example. That's why some collectors estimate that if a true MS70 1999 P Connecticut quarter appeared, it could sell for $500,000 to $1 million plus due to demand, rarity, and historical value. Shocking auction sales and real-world examples. Let's look at some real auction results and what collectors have actually paid for rare 1999 P Connecticut quarters. Broad strike error. PCGS MS66, sold for $1,800. Double die reverse, uncertified, estimated at $10,000, sold privately. Wrong planchet, 4. A 1999 P New Jersey quarter, but it's different. There's something off about it. Maybe it's the way the date looks, or a strange mark you've never seen before. You think to yourself, could this be worth something? Little do you know, it's one of the rarest errors out there, worth thousands, or even millions of dollars. This is exactly how collectors have found some of the most valuable 1999 P New Jersey quarters. These aren't your average pocket change. These coins hold a history and mystery that could turn your casual coin into a treasure worth more than you ever imagined. The 1999 P New Jersey quarter dollar is part of the 50 State Quarters program, which began in 1999 as part of a special initiative by the U.S. Mint to celebrate each of the 50 states. Each state got its own unique design, and New Jersey's quarter features George Washington's image alongside a depiction of the state's State House. However, in 1999, New Jersey wasn't just known for its history, it became part of a story that would take many collectors by surprise. Rare errors on the 1999 P New Jersey quarter dollar. This is where things get exciting, and where the true value of the 1999 P New Jersey quarter comes into play. In the world of coin collecting, errors make all the difference. While most people wouldn't think twice about a 1999 P New Jersey quarter, the few that carry errors are worth a fortune. Some of the rarest errors that collectors look for in this particular coin include the off-center strike. A quarter with this error could fetch anywhere from $1,000 to $10,000, depending on its condition and how far off-center the strike is. The double die obverse. These coins can easily sell for $5,000 to $20,000 or more, depending on their specific features. The clash die error. Clash die coins are particularly valuable, with some reaching prices of up to $25,000 or higher in top condition. The fill die error. These coins can sell for as much as $500 to $5,000, depending on how noticeable the error is. The reverse die crack coins are still highly sought after and can fetch anywhere from $100 to $1,000 or more, depending on the severity of the crack. The value of the 1999 P New Jersey quarter dollar. Here's where the excitement builds. While most 1999 P New Jersey quarters are worth face value, just 25 cents, the error versions are an entirely different story. Depending on the specific error and condition of the coin, these quarters can sell for hundreds, thousands, or even millions of dollars. Off-center strikes can range from $1,000 to $10,000, depending on the severity of the error. Double die obverse coins can fetch $5,000 to $20,000, with the most extreme cases hitting even higher. Clash die errors are among the rarest and most sought after, with prices easily reaching $25,000 or more in perfect condition. The fill die error and reverse die crack coins are not as rare but still highly collectible, with prices ranging from $100. The 1999 P Delaware quarter wasn't just the first state quarter, it kickstarted a revolution in U.S. coin collecting, and with it, came some of the most dramatic and expensive minting errors in modern history. In today's video. So grab your coin jars, stay sharp, and stick around, because what you learn today could literally change your life. The year was 1999, and the U.S. Mint launched something revolutionary, the 50-state quarters program. For the first time in American history, quarters would feature each of the 50 states, released in the order they joined the Union. Rare errors in the 1999 P Delaware quarter. While the U.S. Mint aimed for perfection, a few Delaware quarters left the mint floor with dramatic, eye-popping errors, and these are where the real money lies. The 1999 P Delaware quarter on experimental planchets. One such coin sold for $7,050 at auction. Another fetched over $10,000. Rumors swirl in the coin community of a pristine, full-luster specimen valued at over $150,000. Broad-struck errors. Collectors love these visually dramatic coins. Broad-struck 1999 P Delaware quarters in MS-64 or higher can sell between $500 and $2,500. Off-center strikes, worth $300 to $3,500 plus. A 10% off-center strike might fetch $300. A 50% off-center strike, still showing the date. That's a $3,000 plus coin, depending on condition, double die. While not all doubling is valuable, true DDO or DDR coins authenticated by third-party grading companies can sell for thousands of dollars. Clad layer missing. This type of mint error is rare and dramatic. Delaware quarters with full copper exposure and strong details have sold for over $6,500. Auction sales and real-world values. Let's take a look at some real auction records to show just how much these coins can bring. Moneybag top auction sales. 1999 P Delaware quarter struck on experimental planchet. Sold for $10,925 at Heritage Auctions. Double die reverse in MS-67. Auctioned for $3,500 plus. Missing clad layer Delaware quarter. Sold for $6,325 in 2023. Off-center 45% with full date. Realized $3,850. Broad-struck with strong detail. Hammered at $2,000. Firecracker rumored private sale. Some numismatic insiders believe a Delaware quarter on a golden Sacagawea test planchet in perfect MS-68 condition may have exchanged hands in a private deal worth over $1.50 million. While the U.S. Mint has never confirmed the total number of these experimental planchet coins, their extreme rarity and eye-catching color make them a collector's holy grail. We're talking about the 2000 P Massachusetts State Quarter, a coin that looks ordinary to the untrained eye, but holds secrets that could make you a fortune. The 2000 P Massachusetts State Quarter was the sixth coin released in the historic 50 State Quarters program by the United States Mint, which ran from 1999 to 2008. Each state had its own unique design to celebrate its entry into the Union, and Massachusetts, being one of the original 13 colonies, had a lot of patriotic pride behind its design. Ultra-rare errors and varieties. Off-center strikes, 5% to 90%. Value, $100 to $3,000 plus. Double die obverse, DDO. Value, $500 to $10,000 plus. These are highly collectible and extremely rare. Double die reverse, DDR. Value, $1,000 to $15,000 plus clipped planchet errors. Value, $250 to $4,000. A portion of the coin appears to be cut off or missing. Clean, crescent-shaped clips are especially sought after. Wrong planchet errors. Value, $5,000 to $75,000 plus. These are ultra-rare and fetch massive prices at auction. Missing clad layer. Value, $1,000 to $20,000 plus. One of the outer nickel layers may be missing, exposing the pure copper core. These coins often look reddish on one side. Do not clean them. Reverse die cut error. Value, $800 to $5,000 plus. Caused by a piece of the die breaking off, leaving a raised blob or lump of metal. The Massachusetts quarter has recorded reverse cuts on the state outline. Those are extremely valuable. Full brockage strike. Value, $10,000 to $50,000 plus. Proof-like business strikes. Value, $500 to $3,000 plus. These coins, struck with highly polished dies, can appear like proofs even though they're regular circulation coins. The mirrored surface dramatically increases their value. Shocking real auction sales. Let's get into the numbers. These are actual prices paid for rare 2000p Massachusetts quarters at auction. $2,880. Heritage auctions. 2000p Massachusetts quarter struck on a 5-cent planchet. $4,320. Double denomination error. Quarter struck over a Sacagawea dollar planchet. Unbelievable and ultra-rare. $10,200, off-metal error graded MS66 by PCGS. One of only a few known examples. $15,000 plus, full brockage examples with clear reverse mirror imaging. $75,000 plus, privately sold, a double denomination on a Sacagawea planchet paired with dramatic die clash marks. EST $250,000 plus, rumors persist in collector circles of an unreleased 2000p Massachusetts quarter with a unique mule reverse, featuring the eagle from the older Washington quarters. If verified, it could easily surpass $250,000. That a simple quarter from the year 2001, a coin you probably never thought twice about, could be one of the rarest, most sought-after treasures in the numismatic world. Today, we're diving deep into the story of the 2001 New York State Quarter, a coin that has shocked collectors, broken auction records, and left experts stunned with errors so rare they're practically once-in-a-lifetime finds. This is Coins Action, and today, we reveal the hidden secrets of the 2001 New York Quarter that could make you the next millionaire coin collector. The birth of the 2001 New York State Quarter. The 2001 New York Quarter is part of the legendary 50 State Quarters program, launched by the U.S. Mint in 1999. This ambitious and wildly popular initiative aimed to release a unique quarter for each U.S. state, rolled out over a 10-year period in the order the states ratified the Constitution. New York, the 11th state, got its spotlight in 2001, and with it came one of the most visually symbolic and culturally rich designs of the entire series. Rare errors. The real gold mine lies in the errors, and the 2001 New York Quarter has some of the most spectacular errors ever seen in modern U.S. coinage. Let's explore the most jaw-dropping examples, the double-struck error. A New York quarter with this error sold for $15,600 at auction due to its extremely rare condition and bold double imprinting. Off-center strikes. Off-center strikes of 50% or more, especially when both the state and liberty figure are still partially visible, can bring in $800 to $2,500, depending on the severity and condition. Missing clad layer. One example from the 2001 New York series, minted in Philadelphia, sold for $4,560 due to its perfectly exposed copper core and pristine grade. Wrong planchet error. These bizarre hybrid coins can fetch $10,000 to $20,000 or more, especially if they're certified by top grading services like PCGS or NGC. Mule errors. Though none have publicly surfaced, private collectors and insiders claim values of $500,000 to over $1 million could be possible if such a coin exists and surfaces at auction. Record-breaking sales. Let's break down some of the most shocking 2001 New York quarter sales ever recorded. Chart increasing $15,600, double-struck New York quarter with off-center error, PCGS graded MS65. Chart increasing $4,560, missing clad layer error, certified by NGC. Chart increasing $2,750, off-center error with 65% design displacement. Chart increasing $2,100, PCGS MS68 standard quarter with no visible errors, just incredibly high grade. Chart increasing $20,000 plus, private estimate for known wrong planchet error, undisclosed sale. Police car light rumors swirl around a potential mule error between the 2001 New York quarter and Sacagawea dollar, but if it exists, the value would absolutely shatter previous records. This is one of the most exciting discoveries in modern U.S. coinage, the elusive, mind-blowing, error-ridden 1999 P. Georgia State Quarter Dollar. These little coins, minted for everyday use, launched one of the most ambitious coin programs in U.S. history, the State Quarter Series. But some of these 1999 Georgia quarters didn't come out quite right, and that's exactly where the magic, and the money, begins. To understand the value of the 1999 P. Georgia quarter, we need to rewind the clock to the late 1990s. The U.S. Mint launched the 50 State Quarters program in 1999, a revolutionary initiative to mint a new quarter for each U.S. state over 10 years. It became a national phenomenon. Families, kids, collectors, even banks were buzzing about these uniquely designed coins. Georgia was the fourth quarter released in this groundbreaking series, minted in 1999. It featured the iconic Georgia peach, an outline of the state, and the state motto, wisdom, justice, moderation. Experimental planchet errors, value. One such coin sold at auction for over $7,000. Some experts believe others could reach $50,000 to $100,000 if authenticated. Off-center strikes. Value. Minor off-centers, 5 to 10%, $100 to $300. Extreme off-centers, 30 to 60%, with full date and design, $2,000 to $5,000 plus. Double strikes / triple strikes, value. Double-struck Georgia quarters have sold for $500 to $4,000 depending on severity and clarity. A known triple-struck version fetched $6,300 at auction. Clad layer missing, value. Well-centered, error-free surfaces, $1,000 to $3,500 plus. If it's struck on just the copper core and has other errors, even more. Wrong planchet errors. Value. These are dramatic, often undersized, and incredibly rare. Sold examples, $2,500 to $7,000, depending on condition. Broad strike errors. Value. Clean examples, $300 to $1,000 plus. Die cracks, cuds, and BIE errors. Value. Die cracks, $50 to $200. Large retained cuds, metal blobs up to $1,200. Real auction sales. Let's look at some of the most shocking auction results for the 1999 P. Georgia quarter. Fire experimental planchet error, sold for $7,200. Fire triple struck error, sold for $6,300. Fire wrong planchet, dime, sold for $5,850. Fire off center, full date, sold for $4,100. Fire clad layer missing, sold for $3,750. Fire broad strike, BU condition, sold for $1,500. And these are just public sales. Private collectors have offered six-figure bounties for unique varieties. It's the jaw-dropping story of the 2000 P. South Carolina State Quarter. In this video, we're diving deep, and I mean deep, into the rarest 2000 P. South Carolina quarters ever minted. We'll explore their mysterious origin, stunning errors you won't believe are real, and jaw-dropping auction results that are rewriting coin collecting history. So don't blink, and definitely don't click away. By the time we're done, you might just be checking every quarter in your house, because you could be holding on to a coin worth more than your car, your house, or even your retirement fund. The year 2000 marked a thrilling time in American numismatics. The U.S. Mint was in the middle of its groundbreaking 50 State Quarters program, a 10-year initiative launched in 1999 to honor each U.S. state with its own unique reverse design. South Carolina was the 8th state honored, with its quarter released into circulation on May 22, 2000. Minted in Philadelphia, P., and Denver, D., this coin featured a beautiful and symbolic reverse design created by artist Thomas D. Rogers. Minting madness, rare errors that made. Now let's talk about what makes a 2000 P. South Carolina quarter worth more than just 25 cents, and in some cases, more than $10,000, or even six figures. Off-center strike errors. These can sell for thousands of dollars. 5 to 10% off-center, up to $500. 50% or more off-center, over $2,500 to $5,000, especially if the date and mint mark are still visible. Double die obverse. Light DDO, around $300 to $1,000. Heavy DDO with clear doubling, as high as $7,500 to $8,000. Triple strikes. Auction records show prices upwards of $10,000 to $15,000 for coins like this. Wrong planchet errors. These are extremely rare and command massive premiums at auction. Known wrong planchet errors have fetched $20,000 plus. Some collectors speculate an ultra-rare specimen could bring in $50,000 or more. Missing clad layer. Missing clad layer errors on the South Carolina quarter have been verified and sold for $5,000 to $10,000. If combined with another error, easily $20,000 or more. Mule errors. Known mules like the 2000 P Sacagawea/Washington quarter mule have sold for $250,000 plus. A South Carolina version. The first verified piece could easily reach $1 million. Record auction sales. Let's break down some actual numbers. Off-center 2000 P South Carolina quarter sold for $3,200 in 2022. Double die obverse coin sold for $7,500 in 2021 at Heritage Auctions. Missing clad layer example realized $9,000 in 2020. Triple strike error with dramatic overlap sold privately for $15,000. The Sacagawea/quarter mule, though not South Carolina, went for $258,500, and many believe the first South Carolina mule could crack $1 million. Collectors and dealers are constantly searching, so finding a fresh, ungraded error coin today could mean a life-changing payday.